Scotty had a little bit of time to digest the win. What did you make of it? What are your thoughts now?
Oh, look, as much as I would have liked a 20-point nice, comfortable victory, I thought it was probably the perfect game for us. You know, for them to come back and tie it at 85, and then for us to have the resolve to go on and win it. I mean, that's probably a game early in the year that we would have lost. So I think, you know, there was a few nervous moments, but I think that's a great thing for our club at the moment.
At both ends of the game, Jacob Wiley had a huge impact. You know, he started that run, got things going, they had a timeout. And in the last quarter, we were struggling a bit. He scored the first 7 points of that quarter, so he's been enormous this year.
He has been. I nearly killed the poor bugger on that night, but you know, played him too many minutes. I think he was nearly 38 minutes, and we've got to try and get some rest in him as well. But he was just so important, he was so valuable. I just felt we needed him on the court for that amount of time. But yeah, he's the heart and soul of this club. You know, the energy that he brings and you know, the support he's been for me on and off the court's been enormous.
What do you like in your dislike when you look at Perth? What's their kind of strength and what do you make of them as a team? They struggled a bit earlier in the year, but they've corrected course, kind of right on the ship.
Yeah, look, we've played them pretty well this year. I think we obviously beat them in the one game, and yeah, we played them pretty tight in Perth as well. It seems unbelievable that we'll play them the 4 times already after tomorrow night. But look, this rivalry has been going on for 35 years, and I've been a big part of that for most of those times. So you know what to expect. You know that Bryce Cotton, you know, is the best player in the league. You know what you're going to have to do to sort of try and quieten his effect. You're never ever going to stop him completely, but you know, they got talent wherever you look. I'm excited. I think you know, having the win Christmas Eve and now to turn around and play a team the calibre of Perth is a real exciting challenge for us.
The rivalry was probably quite strong when you and John were playing in Adelaide and in the early days. Is it as strong as it's ever been? Where does it kind of sit at the moment, that rivalry between the two sides?
Oh, look, I think it's always been that traditional rivalry. You know, their coach played for us. You know, you got the Martin Catalinis and the Paul Rogers of the world that played for both clubs, and you know, it's always tended to be close, tight games. You know, over the history of the two teams in the NBL. So I'm expecting nothing less. I expect it to be a tight, really hard-fought game and expect us to come out and win it.
Lee Trenton was about 56 on one NBA draft rankings. He's up to 26 now. How have you liked his game since you've taken the reins?
Yeah. Oh, look, he's an enormous talent. You know, I mean, he's as athletically gifted as, you know, just about anyone I've ever seen. So, you know, but he's a work in progress. He's 18 years old, and I think people tend to forget that. And with youth comes inconsistency. But you know, I know he'd like to play more minutes. You know, we're trying to run some different stuff for him to get him involved in the game, and he's obviously got a very, very bright future.
Where's the biggest improvement come from him? What have you've obviously seen him since day dot? Where's the biggest area of growth come from?
Well, I think he's more poised now offensively. He's shooting the ball a lot better than he did earlier in the year, and you know, getting confident around the group. So, you know, we've spoken to him about some defensive stuff that I think will help him and in turn help the team. But with him, it's just a gradual improvement. You know, to learn to be a professional, learn to play against grown men who physically are, you know, probably a bit more mature than him right now. But, you know he's going to get there. You just have to look at some of the stuff he does on a day-to-day basis in training to know that, you know, he's a really exciting talent.
You've given him shown a lot of confidence in him, started in the last couple of games. He probably hasn't given you as much as you'd like. Do you persevere with him in starting role?
Look, I think it's, you know, I've got the confidence in him to start him. Yeah, look, I think we've just got to find a way to get him going and use his athletic talents. And we spoke about a couple of things today that might help get him going, and in turn get 9,500 people going and the team get going as well. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, he's due for a breakout game. Let's hope it's tomorrow night, but you know, he, as I said, he's going to be a super talent, and it's nice to have the opportunity to coach him.
There seems to be a good vibe around the group today. I've been to some trainings this year where it hasn't been as good as I thought it was today, but how did you feel?
Oh, I think so. I think winning helps, obviously, but I think the mood around the last couple of weeks, it has been upbeat, and we've tried to, one of the things I said the day I got the job was, we need to bring enjoyment back to the game. Every one of these guys at some point in time started playing basketball and they loved it. And somewhere along the line we tend to lose that because it is a job, but I want to be able to make training sessions enjoyable and in turn play a style of game that is enjoyable as well. So I think you've probably seen that with the mood of the group, and let's hope it continues.
I was surprised to read yesterday that Adelaide is closer to second than second is to first. So do you still, is there a, in the back of the...
Look, we've clearly dug ourselves a deep hole. I'm not going to sit here and do all the one game at a time things, but I mean our mindset can't be anything different than that. I like that in theory, but there's certainly a lot of water to go under the bridge before we start talking about second place.
You mentioned you're keen to potentially stick around next year and take on the job. How important do you think it is to get DJ back for another couple of seasons if the club can work something out? Because he's been electric since
he's a priority. I think him falling in our lap, so to speak, was enormous. His ability to make big shots that we've seen in the games that he's played this year is certainly at the top of my list to get him back, whether it's me coaching or someone else. I think there's a real cornerstone you can build around for many years in the future.